Hey folks, geared up for a busy Friday, heading into the weekend. Brian Blessing coming to you from Las Vegas, and oddsworthbetting.com going to hook you up. Check out the feature pick of the day. It's available below this video. Pretty light night in college basketball. A very light night in the NBA, as in none All-Star game this weekend. And then that big push we'll get on for the postseason. In college basketball, Arizona, number 7 in the country, a date in the Pac-12 on the road at Washington. The MAC, Kent State and Toledo could be a good ball game there. Then we get the Friday night Metro Atlantic Ivy League. There is another Pac-12 game. Arizona State is at Washington State. But again, it's the mid-season break for the NBA, and there have been some really good stories here in the first half. Atlanta, Detroit for a while. Golden State just been scoring points in droves. You just wonder, what will they be like when defense really kicks it up a notch when the postseason gets here. But it should be a very interesting second half of the NBA season. Now, in the National Hockey League, this is going to be an interesting couple of weeks. Trade deadline is March 2nd. We already had that massive blockbuster deal, and they are rare in the National Hockey League. The Buffalo Sabres, hopelessly out of it, looking to the future. Stockpiled draft picks, gave up a king's ransom, but picked up Evander Kane and Zach Bogosian, and that will really help Buffalo's reemergence come next year with the studs that they've got, young kids that are on the horizon, and then one of the two generational players, McDavid or Eichel, likely to join Buffalo. But in the short term, Winnipeg gets a bounce for their playoff chances with defenseman Tyler Myers, who kind of offsets Bogosian, but they get Drew Stafford, and it's possible down the road, Winnipeg's the big winner in this deal, get a first-round draft pick, but Brendan Lemieux is a guy that can really help them. But I think that's going to open the floodgates on some deals. Tyler Myers' name had been out there, a number of teams, Detroit, Anaheim, teams that were looking for a defenseman. Now he's off the plate, so now teams will start to scurry, but it's an interesting time, and it will have impact on the wagering board coming up in the National Hockey League. I'll just say this. Guess what's coming back this weekend? NASCAR. We got the Daytona 500 next Sunday. Next Thursday, you've got the duels, the Budweiser duels. But we've got the Sprint Unlimited on Saturday, so the first time we'll hear them revving those loud engines and racing around the track. And I took a little flyer with Carl Edwards in the, I think it was 12-1. And a little flyer on Danica Patrick. And don't laugh, if she's ever going to win on the NASCAR circuit, it's going to be restrictor plate racing, places like the Daytona, but conceivably Talladega. She actually had a shot to win last year. Big accident. She had the best car in the Reigns game. She was running like in the 4 or 5 hole. But it's great to get NASCAR back, and it's amazing how that has really stepped it up a notch. Soccer, they bet big time here in Las Vegas now, but NASCAR as well. Future odds, head-to-head matchups, odds to win the championship. So we'll see. Kevin Harvick begins defense of his title next Sunday at Daytona, but we've got action this Saturday at Daytona, and we'll get a feel for who's going to be pretty good. Took a shot again with Carl Edwards, changing teams, going over to Joe Gibbs Racing. Think he could be sitting on a big, big year. It's going to be a big Friday night. Opportunities, build the bankroll heading into the weekend. Feature pick of the day from oddsworthbetting.com. It is, as always, available to you right below this video.